Hey there, art nerds. So I have something that I think you guys will find really exciting. I have here a watercolor kit that I actually like. I think is a lot of fun, and I feel like I can probably recommend it to you guys. So I don't want to belabor the point too much. I know you were eager to see what's inside this pretty little package here. So let's go ahead and unbox the contents of this package. Y'all like it when I review pretty watercolors? So I figured I would try to find some more aesthetic but decent watercolors. This package came to me all the way from AliExpress, and it was made possible thanks to y'all's support on Patreon. So if you like what I do and you would like me to continue to do it, you can join me at patreon.com/natosoup. So you can see very typical AliExpress packaging in the bag that leaves your hands strangely dusty afterwards and makes you want to wash your hands really well. Inside is a bubble wrap mailer, and then we have this pretty thing. All right, art nerds, it is time for us to unwrap this Chinese watercolor set. Up here at the top, it says Hui Zhu Ya Wu, then Shi Jing Chao Mu, and then down here, Gu Feng Shui Kai Tu. Woof, my Chinese is horrible. I am so sorry. Gui Feng Shui Kai Tu Si Li He. I do appreciate though that they have the westernized phonetic pronunciation. We have some more Chinese here on the back. And then down here we have a little bit of contact information. It can be a little bit challenging to see with the glare. We have a phone number. We have a website, Feileniao.com, and then we have a location. And it is shrink wrapped. So I'm going to get my X-Acto out and we will get into this packaging. Tell me this isn't super cute. We have a teeny tiny, it looks like Phoenix watercolors, 24 color set. So tiny. We have, looks like a tiny little watercolor book. And we have a Chinese watercolor brush. So that all looks super cute in this very nice gift packaging. Now remember, it does come in other colorways with, I believe, different designs. I just chose the design that seemed the most appealing to me. So these are both shrink wrapped. Pull out my X-Acto blade again. This is an accordion style book with, oh, I love it, all these little line arts. They're small and they are printed in yellow, so they may just disappear when we paint them. Do any of the designs repeat, or do some of them just look kind of similar? I think they just look kind of similar. Then on the other side, it is blank. So I think we are going to do one of the designs together today. I do love that it's small because that makes it easier for me to actually do with you guys. And then our paints. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right, so it does come with a swatch sticker. We could just place the sticker at the top. It seems like they're liquid poured because we have some transference already over here. And they don't feel sticky right now, but they probably will get sticky. And they look pretty similar to the Phoenix watercolor palette I reviewed a while back. If memory isn't serving, that would be this palette here, which I thought was one of the most aesthetic watercolor palettes I have ever reviewed, but I didn't necessarily find the paints to be a joy to paint with. So it is basically looking like 1-to-1 of this Phoenix Chinese style watercolor palette. The colors all seem to match up. Just in a, oh my gosh, look at this. Is this not so stinking cute? That is, I mean, it'd be nice if it's secured in a little bit better, like magneted in, but that is so cute. So cute. What is with these super aesthetic watercolors, huh, y'all? So what I think I'm going to do today, since these are so similar to the Phoenix watercolors, in fact, I think they are the Phoenix watercolors. And honestly, when I purchased this, I figured these were the Phoenix watercolors. I was not duped or surprised or tricked in any way, shape, or form. What I really wanted to investigate was the whole thing, right? So I think what I'm going to do with you guys today is I'm going to paint at least the lotus with y'all. Partially because this might be milkweed. I can't tell, and cattails, okay, and maybe cherry blossoms. I can't actually tell what plants are what, and I could just do whatever. I could just make up whatever colors, but that would bother me deep down inside. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the lotus, and I will use their adorable, oh, it's so tiny. They're very, very, very cute and very aesthetic little watercolor palette and their watercolor brush to actually do the kit. And if I like it, I feel like, okay, so I've been doing this series called the Easily Influenced series where I review influencer art supplies, and I've been not quite so impressed with some of the offerings. This might be something that I could, if we like it, that I could recommend. Did I goof? I removed the sticker because I wanted it to stick in there, and that might have been a bad life choice. But anyway, I'm always looking for like fun little art kits, things like that, that I can recommend to you guys that you guys might enjoy. This might be, fingers crossed, one that I can actually recommend to you guys. Do I have any affiliation whatsoever with the company that manufactures this or AliExpress? Absolutely not. I just like being able to recommend good art supplies to you guys. So cross your fingers that we're going to like this one today. We have a fair amount of Chinese going on, and you guys know, unfortunately, I do not read or speak any Chinese. So what I am going to do is I am going to use Google Translate, just a little bit, probably a lot of it, and we're going to see if we can kind of translate what's going on. And to be fair, Google Translate is not the best way to do this, but we will try. Yeah, see what I mean? However, let me back up. If we take a picture, sometimes we can get a better job. So it says arms, poetry. And if any of you guys can read Chinese, please feel free to let us know what it's actually saying. National Feng Shui Kai Coated Gift Box is what this says down here. And then let's try the back. It crashed my backup phone. Don't know how that happened. That said, this is an older phone and it has some problems anyway. So I wouldn't take it necessarily as a Google Translate problem or a problem with this packaging. But I did think it was kind of funny. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to translate using this phone. And I guess I will write down what I find and share it with you guys. So it seems like everything's pretty straightforward. This is a book of flowers and grass, little mini illustrations with like a little bitty bit of poetry. This promises quick drying, easy to mix watercolors. So a lot of what we saw with the original Phoenix palette. So it seems like it's just a really nice little gift set. And if, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if I enjoy using it to paint the little lotus, I'm not expecting huge things, but it's really something to think about when creating art kits myself, as well as when reviewing art kits, because I already like what I see. I'm already fairly impressed with what I see, but if you watch the original Phoenix watercolor review, you guys know that aesthetics can really impress me until we actually start, doing the thing, and then I'm very disappointed. Speaking of, since these seem to be Phoenix watercolors, and it's the 24 set, and it's the same color palette, just in a different form factor, I am going to just include a little snippet from that review here. If you think it's interesting, if you'd like to learn more, then you can check out the full review. I'll have that linked down in the description below. A while back, I found this really aesthetic and cute watercolor palette on AliExpress, and I decided that since it had such strong Cardcaptor Sakura vibes, I had to review it for you guys. And it is truly as adorable in real life as it was on the listing, so that's good. Even the pans are this adorable, almost clover-like shape. However, as I started swatching it, I realized that this love affair basically ended with how cute the paints were. They just weren't what I was really hoping for, and there are other Phoenix watercolor sets available that have more colors for about the same price point. So if you're looking for very cute watercolors for photos or for your TikTok life, these might be a good choice. But if you want a set that is good to paint with and cute, this might not be the best choice for your money. And I'll link it for you guys down in the description below if you would like to check out the full review. I also compare it against the regular Phoenix watercolors that you guys see here, and I did a little origami style field test with it. Now, we are talking about regular Phoenix watercolors because I had heard that Phoenix Watercolors is currently manufacturing Cotman watercolors. So I needed to actually test the Phoenix watercolors out, which I did for my student grade showdown. And I also needed to compare them against Cotman watercolors, which I did in a separate video. I'm going to link all of these for you guys down in the description in case you like rabbit holes and deep dives as much as I do. If you're a true art supply nerd, you'll probably want to check it out. These were a little bit better. I found them to be pretty good for student grade, and I still need to do the field test with you guys so I can get back to you guys with a definitive answer on how I feel about these watercolors. So now all that's really left is to put this to the test. So I'm going to wash the sizing out of their brush, which is a fairly nice little Chinese watercolor brush. I'm going to grab my Chinese watercolor weights and just weigh the illustration down so I can actually access it, and we can get painting. And just in case you guys are curious, this is the order. I paid $21.51 from the XSYO Art Stationery Store. So it is listed as the Chinese style mini 0.5 millimeter 24 color solid watercolor set. Go ahead and clickety. And as you guys can see, it comes in 3 colors. We have the flower mini 24 color, which is what I ordered. We have the cat. How did I not order the cat? Why did I not? They must not have had the cat. They have the cat mini 24 color, which looks so cute. And we have the landscape 24 color in teal. So basically what changes is the color of the box and the mini book inside. So here is the flower. Okay, I will say the mini palette they've shown, it looks bigger, but then you see the thumb in there and it's like, okay, maybe this is to scale. You see the brush, it looks like the brush I received. Basically everything looks like, in fact, the scale is a little bit more easy to understand in this photo here. Everything looks like it was advertised to be, which I'm excited about. The landscape is kind of cool in that it is one continuous landscape. That's a lot of pressure. The only regret I have so far, and I think they didn't have it, is I'd have gotten the cat one if I had known they had a cat one. So be smarter than me. Get the cat one. See, look at that. Is that not so cute? Oh. Small, but it has everything you need. Yeah, I feel like that is probably pretty fitting. But you know, I paint a lot of flowers on the channel, so it makes sense that we went with flowers. Not everybody's a cat person, but lots and lots of people who hang out with me here on the channel are flower people. And if it performs well, 21 and some change is absolutely not a bad price for a little mini kit like this. And it certainly gives me food for thought and inspiration for my own kits and what I'm offering. All right, so I am just about set up. I do have a mixing surface over here to the side. That would be the only thing I feel like the set is missing. And I mean, they could have fit a little plastic something in there, but ceramic plate works just as well. These are tiny, so they might be like a good hits the spot kind of thing. If you have very limited time to paint, it's very compact. And it looks like it sets up and breaks down very quickly. I am using Chinese watercolor weights just to hold it down. You could tape it down, you could clip it down. You have options when it comes to this. And I'm such a sucker for this mini. It's not even sub packaging. Like, I think it's official mini packaging, and I love it. So I am going to paint in time lapse, and I'll be taking notes. So I'll be voicing over for you guys. And I'm looking forward to just kind of having a chill evening of painting. The brush handles decently well, and it has a nice weight to it. It isn't too drippy, and the cap can screw to the back if desired. There's also a hang loop, which is nice for drawing. Although this palette is tiny, it's a good match for the book, and it would be great as a purse or pocket palette, particularly if you want to fly with it, as it's plastic and it's not going to trigger TSA. Although the paper seems to be cellulose, it seems like a good fit for the size of the book and for the subject matter. It dries quickly, but seems like it's easy to layer and blend, at least so far. I would recommend keeping your paintings lightly rendered, but if you want to really try going for it, it could be possible to handle more layers and a heavier hand. The paper is stiff and fairly thick, which is good as it will resist buckling, but it needs assistance in lying flat. I did feel like the brush was a little big for some of the smaller details, but it's meant to be kind of a general purpose brush with these little illustrations and sets, so it makes sense. It's a decent little brush and would work well as a travel brush. Found painting in this little book with these little paints and this little brush to be very relaxing and rewarding. It doesn't quite handle as well as you would want a top tier watercolor set to handle, but considering it's about $20 for the book, the brush, the palette, and the packaging, I think it's a great bargain and a fun watercolor gift that would delight an experienced watercolorist as well as a more beginner watercolorist. And that's one of the things that makes these kinds of finds from AliExpress so fun. I have reviewed a lot of garbage, I have wasted a lot of money, but every now and then I get something that actually handles well and is surprising and fun, and it inspires the imagination, and I just enjoy it. And it's such a delight to be able to find things like this and share them with you guys and maybe inspire your own Christmas shopping or your own Christmas requesting. Now, I don't have any kind of affiliate program with AliExpress whatsoever. I don't benefit financially if you buy this set or not. And if you guys end up finding it on Amazon, you might as well get it on Amazon if you prefer Amazon to AliExpress. It doesn't really make much difference to me. I'm just happy that I can share some cool watercolors with you guys, and that my obsessive need to search AliExpress and Amazon for fun watercolor doodads can actually pay off and maybe make for a fun Christmas present or an unexpected gift for somebody who likes art or enjoys painting or coloring, because I feel like this kit does a great job of that. I just had so much fun with these teeny tiny little watercolor illustrations. I wish my eyesight was a bit better because I did find things hard to see, but I have very poor eyesight, so that might be the problem. That was surprisingly fun. So let's talk about the pros and cons of this little watercolor set. We're going to start with the pros. This set is very affordable for this kind of kit, even including shipping. It is very cute and compact. The line arts are really pretty and they seem to just disappear into the painting as you paint. The paints work well with the paper and for this sort of project. The brush is well made and decent quality. The paint and brush will more than last the entire book and could be used for other projects or work well for travel. And it's very cutely packaged and it would make a great gift for a watercolor fan. So what about the cons? The brush is kind of big for such small and delicate line work. I found it challenging to kind of get those lines in there. I do have a bit of a hand tremor though, so you may not find that to be an issue. So far, you can only purchase it from or on AliExpress. Let me know if y'all know otherwise. You know how it is with Amazon and some of these Chinese companies. It may end up on Amazon sooner rather than later. There are only 3 sets available: the landscape, the flower set, and the cat set. But you can order more little line arts from the same company and continue using these supplies. And it is missing a mixing surface, but otherwise it has everything you need. So what's my verdict? I'm surprised and so glad that I like this little set. I wasn't that impressed with Phoenix's Chinese watercolors the first time I reviewed them. Maybe I should have painted their included postcard, and maybe I was cheating myself of really getting to experience them the way they're supposed to be experienced. So I was a bit skeptical that I would really enjoy this set, but I decided to take a chance and order it because it was so cute, and you'll like it when I review aesthetic art supplies. It's nice to occasionally get a win and review something fun and pretty that I can actually recommend to others, and I can definitely recommend this little set. If you want a small win of your own, the printable line arts make it easy to paint satisfying little art pieces, and the cellulose paper dries quickly, so you can paint these little cuties quickly. Perfect for little wins for busy folks. If you guys know or can tell me what all the flowers in this little book are, and I'll show you guys, please do, because I would like to be able to finish painting this sweet little book. And I'd like to be able to reference the flowers and, do a semi-accurate job of painting them, obviously. Those are cattails. And I would share the little mini watercolors over in my shorts if you guys want a little moment of rest and respite and relaxation watching somebody paint something that is so dang cute and so aesthetic. If you guys can tell me what the other plants and birds and insects are, please let me know in the comments, because I'd like to paint more of these and share the process with you guys over in the shorts and over on TikTok, because I had so much fun with this and I think it would be just delightful to be able to finish it off. But unfortunately for me, I don't want to paint it wrong. So let me know if you recognize the plants and the insects and the animals in this adorable little book. I know there's cattails a little bit further in, and the lily could double as a tiger lily, but I'm sure you guys recognize some of these. So this is the Feileniao website, and it looks like they have quite a few art supplies as well as resources for artists, and I would love to try out more of these products. So if there's something that you think looks interesting, let me know and I'll check it out. But unfortunately for me, I cannot translate or understand their site. Are there any other art supplies from around the world that you guys would like to see me review? If you can send me a link to where I can purchase them, I would be happy to take a look at them. I love finding new fun art supplies, especially stuff that isn't commonly available in the US, particularly stuff that isn't easily available down here in Louisiana, because sometimes it feels like we get everything absolutely last when it comes to the US. So if you guys have the skinny on a fun drawing, watercolor, or maybe even a digital product, let me know and I would be happy to check it out. exciting, right? Looked like it was a lot of fun. The Feileniao watercolor set, kit, what have you, has a lot of good things going for it, from the very cute and giftable packaging, whether you want to give it to somebody else or keep it for yourself. The super tiny palette of Phoenix watercolors that, you know, in the past I was really unimpressed with how they handled, but in this particular instance, the tiny little watercolor book that is super duper cute. It's accordion style, and it has these tiny, very faint little line arts that you can paint yourself, as well as the travel brush that they included in this set. I was very happy with all of it, and the price at around $25 shipped to you is not bad either. Now, I'm kind of hoping that we'll see this in more brick and mortar stores, that we'll see this on Amazon, so you don't have to order it from AliExpress, but I will put a link down in the description for you guys if you're curious about checking it out or ordering your own. I'm also going to put a link to the Phoenix Chinese watercolors as well as the Phoenix Western style watercolors if you're curious to learn more about that brand and how that brand handles. So I hope this was helpful, useful, and informative for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you guys again really soon with another art supply review or tutorial.